Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your spiritual guide, your sister friend, the Goddess Guru. And I'm so excited today to be here with a guest. I'm going to turn it down for y'all with a guest and to talk about something that is changing my life in a big, big way. And so, yeah, glad to be here. How are you all doing on this fine Monday morning at the time of this recording? What's up? Oh, we already have some ladies here. How y'all doing? Woohoo! The goddesses are in the house. So, yes, sisters, I am excited about bringing on a friend of mine who I've met in one of my business groups. So excited because the focus of her business is something that I talk to you all about on the regular. So it's something I focus on in multiple ways to develop and grow my life, to manifest, to process, the things that are happening to me, and that is journaling. So let's talk all things journaling. Oh my gosh, Queen Peg, Queen Eileen, y'all are here. Let's talk about it. Yes, 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 yes. So, like I said, I have a guest today. So excited to finally start doing what I said I was going to do and bring guests onto um, uh, the live stream so that I can help make sure that y'all get everything that you need in order to continue to grow, evolve, and manifest lots. And we're at a new moon phase. By the way, I have a new moon workshop that is coming up. There's a link in the description box that you can click to go on ahead and get registered because this is like the perfect new moon. It's the Aries new moon. It's the beginning of the astrological new year. And one thing that I always include in everything I do is journal prompts. I make suggestions all the time. The importance of writing things down, watching them happen. Journaling is one of the most powerful spiritual tools, healing tools that we can ever use. And so I met Sonia inside of one of my business groups. She is a journal coach, certified journal coach. And so I'm excited to bring her on today so that we can talk about journaling as I continue to either help you enhance your journaling practice or to step powerfully in. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome Sonia. How are you, sister?
Hi, Tyra. Thank you so much for having me here. Hello, everyone, those who are watching or those who may be watching us. So, I'm so very excited. And yeah, lots of love from India.
Yes, you're in India. So exciting how how we are so connected thanks to technology. Wonderful. Well, thank you for being here. And again, let me just welcome to all the queens who are here. Hey, Cindy. Hello, Virgo Bliss. How are y'all doing? And we are ready to start talking. So, y'all make sure y'all ask any questions that y'all have for Sonia. So, Sonia, let's just start off by me asking you to tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so as you just introduced me, I'm a journal coach and I started journaling from last 3 years when I was really at very critical phase of my life. So my main mission, my intention here is to help women step into their power and live an aligned, abundant life through the power of journaling. We
Yes.
all use journaling, but it's not so like a ritual, the
Mm,
spiritual practice.
yeah.
And this is what I want to convey. I want to make journaling more of a tool that you can use in your everyday life. It's not just you
Wow.
can just write your list, prepare your routine, or just check off your to
Mm,
do list. It's more than that. It's a ritual, it's a sacred space where you meet yourself, where you connect
wow.
with your inner, wiser self, where you
Wow.
unravel your truth, and this is the foundation of living an aligned, authentic, abundant life.
I
So, yeah,
so
this is
agree.
all I do about.
I so agree. What made you get so deep into journaling since these last 3 years? Because that was before the pandemic started.
So,
So, what happened?
yeah. So, what happened was I was in a a toxic workplace. It was like I
Mm.
was there for last 4 years, and it was really very difficult for me to help myself out, and I really had nothing or no one to go to. At that time
Mhm.
I found journaling, and I was like, let me give this a try. So initially what I did was I was just coming home from my work and I was just dumping my thoughts on paper.
Okay.
And just by writing the things on paper, it gave me so much clarity, it gave me so much space to think about the things that really matter to me. And I was
Nice.
like, journaling is really amazing. Like, there has to be something more to it than just brain dumping your thoughts. And
Mhm.
hence I started my journey. I started using different techniques, and then
Mm.
I came across this wonderful book named Artist's Way by Julia
Mm.
Cameron, and she suggests to have the morning pages. It's somewhat
Okay.
connected to spirituality and creativity. Like all the
I've heard
creative
about these
ideas we
journaling
get.
pages. I mean, yeah, journal. Yes.
Yeah, so
Okay.
these are the morning pages.
Morning pages.
um
Okay.
so the science behind it is, when you wake up, your brain is really in the theta wavelength. So
Mm.
you get all the raw thoughts, all the raw ideas in that moment.
Mm.
You connect with your instinct during that time. And when you write, without censoring your thoughts, you just
Mhm.
write it down without even thinking of what you're writing. So those are the morning pages. You write 3 pages every day in the morning without questioning yourself, without thinking much, and then you see where it takes you. So
That's
it
deep.
is like a 12-week long journey, basically to unfold the creative self inside of you. But you can
Wow.
always use it for any spiritual practice you are doing.
It's
So I
interesting that
started doing.
let me just say this real quick before you keep going. It's interesting that you're saying she's talking about creatives because what I teach is we're all creative because we are here
Yes.
this in the physical realm. We are here to create. So it would benefit anybody because we're all seeking to create. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We are here creating. Yeah, we are always creating, knowingly or unknowingly,
Mhm.
because it all comes from our thoughts. And journaling is that tool that will help you to really dissect your thoughts.
Mm.
So what I started was I started writing morning pages every single day, and
Mm.
it led me to my purpose. It gave me
Really?
courage to finally stand for myself, to finally ask for the raise. And when I was denied for it, I resigned. So it really
Wow.
took so much courage, because I had no plan B. Like, there was nothing else I could do in the world except being in that job.
Mm.
And I had no idea, like, where my life is going to take me or what will happen with my life. So
Wow.
what I did was I just followed my intuition and I just resigned from that job.
Okay.
I was really scared, but in the same
Mhm.
moment it felt so freeing. I felt the
Really?
freedom of leaving the place where I was not, so I where my worth was not recognized.
Yeah. Mm.
So yeah, so I
So with
continued writing.
Yes, yes, yes. I was gonna ask you the journaling helped you to navigate that process?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
So I started writing, I started asking myself some tough questions regarding my dharma. So in Hinduism, we really believe that every single soul here has a dharma.
Yeah.
Okay. In India we call it as dharam, but in English it's translated as dharma.
Okay.
So every single of us have dharma, that is a
Mm.
purpose.
Mm.
So, in order to get aligned to our purpose, we really need to know who we truly are and what we are here for. And
Mm.
unless and until you unravel your own truth, you won't be able to know what you are here for. What
Yeah.
is your higher purpose? What is
Mhm.
your soul's calling? So,
Mm.
journaling was really very helpful in letting me find my purpose.
Wow.
And
That's
it won't be
beautiful.
like that you will ultimately get your purpose. There will be some blocks, and those blocks and resistance are here because you need healing to reach
Yeah.
to your purpose.
That is
There are
true.
limiting beliefs that needs to be healed before you
Mhm.
actually move on and get to your destination.
So,
And journaling always
how does
helped
journaling
me.
Yeah, how does journaling help with healing? Because I've heard the benefits of it, but that's why I brought you on because you know so much more about, like, you've studied this way more. How does journaling help people heal?
So, for healing, I truly believe that the first step towards healing is being aware. Awareness plays really very important role in the
Mm,
healing journey. If you're not
mm,
aware of your suffering, if you're not aware of what your next step should be, you
yeah,
cannot really help yourself. And journaling helps you to be aware, to really point out the problem that you are facing, to really point out that you need the shift here, you need to change your thoughts here.
yeah.
So this is the first step that journaling really helped me with. It made me
Wow.
aware with who I am and what I am here for. So yeah,
Mm,
the awareness part is really important in healing.
okay. I love that. I love that. What else does journaling do to help people? How?
Okay.
Because I've heard of how, like, for me, I'm just going to tell you for me. I committed to journaling largely for my business just because anytime I'm in something that says, "Hey, I need, you have to keep these journal prompts. This is a part of what we do in this program." I find that my life is richer. I feel more healed up, like what you're talking about. I just feel centered in myself, and I manifest so much more. And so, I don't know all the brain science behind it, but it's something to it. What else is it there for people to know about journaling?
Okay, uh, let me tell you the science behind it, because
Okay.
it's not always a woo stuff. There is a science and logic behind it.
Mm,
So what happens is when we are journaling, our the right side of our mind slows down, and our left brain, that is really very active,
mhm.
goes into that process.
Mm,
Okay, so when the
okay.
right brain is slowed, that right brain actually is more of the creative stuff. So we
Okay.
get more ideas, we get more awareness when we are journaling,
Interesting.
because our right brain is actually resting. So it can
Mm,
wonder, it can really think of some ideas.
interesting.
And what the second thing is, we always think that we know everything. We are aware of ourselves, we are aware of all those things, until and unless we get some question where we are like, hmm, I really don't know anything about this. So this really happens every time when I sit to journal. When I am
Mm.
journaling, it's like, we have a doorway that is in a form of a journal prompt, and it opens the new path, the new
Wow.
finding about our own self.
Oh my gosh, that's exactly my experience. I just know it. So
Yes.
it's good to hear the science behind this. Wow.
Yeah, so journaling is not simply just writing your thoughts out. It is really reflecting what you're writing. It's really being aware of the written word. It's really pausing and asking yourself the tough questions even when it is uncomfortable.
Mm. So when people want to have a journaling practice, first of all, you've given me incentive to get up and keep that journal right next to my bed and journal first thing in the morning. Um, because I know here in the United States, Black women, we will say, I know that I know that I know. It's like a little tradition where we repeat ourselves, which is saying, it's like really putting that emphasis on it. I know that I know that I know that I know. Journaling has made such a powerful change in how you're talking about sitting with the thoughts and becoming aware of some things. You know what? I teach NLP and talk about the subconscious mind quite a bit. And honestly, this is what you are speaking to, or what I'm hearing from you, is the conscious mind is constantly, like you said, it just thinks it knows everything. But once we start journaling, getting that shut down to actually hear the truth, and there's like a blind spot that we always seem to have. And I know we all have a blind spot. Would you agree that journaling helps to open up the blind spot, what we can't see?
Yeah, exactly. Because you are
Okay.
forced to answer the question that is in front of you, and your conscious mind cannot really ignore that.
Okay. So, how does somebody, this is where I was going. I forgot that I was going to ask this question. How do people establish, like for me, hearing the science behind journaling is, and experiencing it, but also hearing the science behind it made me commit more to journaling. How do people establish a good journaling practice? How do they get consistent in it?
Okay, so the main thing about consistency is really knowing what is consistent to you, like what consistency
Mm,
means to you.
okay.
Because it's really subjective. We always think that journaling should be a everyday process. It's
Ah,
not like that. You don't have to journal every single day in order to,
okay.
have those breakthroughs and all those things.
Ah,
But you really need to have a consistent habit of journaling. Like
okay.
create a ritual around journaling and
Hmm.
follow it. For example, if you are committing to 3 days a week, show up for yourself for those 3 days.
Yes.
If you are committing to four, five, whatever number is consistent to you, show up for yourself and take responsibility for your own change, for your own healing.
I love that.
Yeah, and what I do is, I create a fun ritual around journaling. So, lighting
Mhm.
a candle, having my journal by my side,
Mm.
keep your journal where you can always see her so
Mm.
that you will
Okay,
be
you call the
prompted
journal
to,
her.
yes, my
I
journal is her.
love that. Okay, keep her where we can see her.
Yes, yeah. So that when you wake up, you're always prompted to go and pour your thoughts.
Yes.
The
Wow.
next thing is, have a cozy, silent environment. You will
Okay.
come to know what which type of environment suits you the best once you
Okay.
start journaling. So for
Mhm.
me, it's really uninterrupted space. And I
Okay.
love journaling by nature. So I'd go to terrace, I'd go to garden, and
Um,
sometimes when nothing is available, I'll just lock myself inside my room and journal my heart out.
oh,
So have
wow.
such kind of environment shift, and
Mhm.
whenever you journal and whenever you experience some aha moment,
Mhm.
remind your brain why it is necessary.
Mm.
Just keep giving your brain the reason why you should be journaling.
I love that. Mm.
And one more thing,
Mhm.
when you fail to journal, like when you are inconsistent or when you skip few days, do not blame yourself. Like do not label yourself as lazy or something else. It's okay. Just get back to it the next
Oh,
day. This
yes.
happens to us when we are going to for a workout or something and we miss a day or a two, and then we
Right.
start blaming ourselves, and then we
Mm.
miss a day or two again.
Mhm.
So instead, just get back to it the next day without creating any story around it.
I
We are
love that.
humans, we really deserve grace for our own self.
Mm. So good. And journaling is about loving ourselves anyway. So we don't want to create shame and we don't want to create
Yes.
anything negative around the habit. So
Yeah,
wow,
and also
so
having a
good.
community or having a partner like a journal buddy where you
Yeah.
both can come together and journal, it's really very powerful.
I never heard that before. Wow.
Yeah, you
And
can
you
have a
know,
community like a journal circle.
yes. And I know you have one or you do circles like that because I plan on actually asking you to
Yeah,
come in and work with us. But yeah, I never thought about that because it's just like what you said, the workout analogy. Oftentimes people are more consistent when they have a workout buddy. Um, so having a journal buddy. And so what do you do as a journal coach?
okay, so as a journal coach, what is my main role is, when we are journaling, sometimes we feel stuck. We don't
Mm,
know how, like, we have done journaling for first few months, and then we really don't know what to do with our journaling practice or where this journey is taking us.
mm,
So in my one-on-one coaching, I invite my clients and they really talk their journal entry to me. They really tell
okay.
me what happened and how they
Mhm.
are moving forward and where they feel stuck. And I
Mm,
guide them from there.
okay. I love that. I love
Mhm.
that you've created
Besides
a
this,
career. This is so cool.
yeah, thank you so much. And besides this, I also create the personalized journal prompts. So whenever we are
Oh.
having the coaching client, and
Mhm.
I mostly have women as my coaching clients. So
Yeah,
whenever she comes and tells me about the struggle, the problem, the issue, we dive deeper into the mindset stuff, and then I design journal prompts for her to work on.
I love that. Wow. I'll be contacting you.
I would love to help you. I would
Yeah,
really
I
love to.
will definitely because journaling really and truly, and we'll just go on ahead and segue into what I asked you to focus on today for our journal prompts. And let me just say thank you to everybody for all of your great comments. Virgo Bliss says journaling has helped me so much in her shadow work. I actually needed this morning because she's a little stressed. So happy you are here. And Peg said, let me see here. That was definitely a download for me. What does consistency look like for you? Yes. When you clear your definition of these things is your truth. Exactly. We all have to have our own experience of journaling, but I am telling you, journaling, like if I don't journal, is at the point where I start feeling bad. Do you have that, or have you had other people who experience that?
Like I'll tell for myself, I really
Hmm.
experience the offbeat. Like something is
Yeah,
off. Like I'm not myself. I'm not totally myself when I don't journal.
yeah.
Even if it's a sentence a day, even if I'm not writing, 3 4 pages, or not working on the in-depth journal prompts, even if I'm
Hmm.
writing what happened, there is a journal technique called essence journaling. So what you do is you write in a sentence or two about the entire day that happened. Like you write in an essence. If you don't have time, if you are traveling, so you can use this
Okay.
journaling technique during that
Okay.
time.
Okay.
So I
So,
always write about what happened, the highlights and all the things, so that it just takes so much out from my plate.
wow, I love that offloading the day onto the paper.
Yeah,
And that is so good. Um, Eileen says I'm trying to stay on track with journaling, but I do miss days. And so
yeah,
that's
it's
so
it's
good for you.
natural, it's common.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And yes, Peg, she decided to walk in her dharma. And we in the online space, a lot of us are just making up jobs that were not there when we were young. Like I was born in the 70s. There was no thought of the internet for common people at least. And so I had no idea that I was going to end up with an online business, doing spiritual work like I'm doing, talking to somebody from India on technology. There was no thought of this. And coaching has been around forever, really, when I think about it. But like the modern day version of coaching, we're just creating whatever we need to create. And this is so powerful. I'm so happy you're doing this work. I'm just gonna acknowledge Latoya. Hey, Latoya. I agree. She says, I love journaling. It releases things I didn't know I needed
yeah,
to release. You can relate to that, Sonia?
yes, totally. There's so much inside of us that we are unaware of.
Yeah.
And journaling will put a spotlight like this, a spotlight on the things.
I love that. I love props.
Yeah, I had no idea of using this, but I really loved that comment and I had to use that.
Love it, Sonia. Love it. So I told you we are right now, we're in the phase of the moon that's just
Mm.
before the new moon. And so it's the spring. What is it there? What you're in the southern? No, you're in the northern hemisphere, aren't you?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's summer. It's
Okay.
summer. Yeah.
So we're at that time where the energy is high, blooming and blossoming here in the northern hemisphere. And so I want to ask you if you what how can journaling help in manifesting or setting new intentions for new beginnings?
So the first thing about new beginnings is bringing in new energy
Mm,
as well as releasing the stuff that doesn't serve you. So
mm.
I really believe in closing the chapter before you begin the new one.
Wow.
Journaling is
Mm,
really very helpful in releasing the emotions, heavy emotions that you have felt in the previous season of your life
mm-hmm.
before you actually enter into the new season.
Yeah.
And also during this transition, it is really scary at times. Our mind really freaks out when it comes to change, transition, those big
Yes.
words.
Yes.
And to keep ourselves aligned, settled, centered, grounded, journaling is really very helpful.
Oh, so good. Yes. Wow.
So yeah, and even when we are talking about new beginnings, it's about bringing in new energy. And once we have released those heavy, tough emotions, we are all ready to bring in the new vibe, the new energy, and set some really strong intentions for our own self and get aligned to those intentions for the period of time that we are looking for.
So you recommend doing journaling. So for instance, right now we're in what's called the waning phase of the moon. So there should be some journaling that has to do with the waning phase, which is about releasing and letting go,
It's
and to a certain degree, setting yourself to be able to go into that being receptive mode, which is
sweet.
the new moon.
Yeah.
And so journaling in both ways. We got to journal for the releasing phase and getting ourselves set. Then we have to journal for the new moon phase, which is about planting the seeds of intentions. Is that what you would say is a good
Yeah,
strategy?
and so I would like to share this exercise for releasing. It's like writing unsent letters. So,
Okay.
whatever emotions you are holding on or something you want to let go, you can
Mhm.
just write an unsent letter and burn it out.
A what kind of letter?
Writing
Okay.
unsent letter, the letters that you don't really send to someone. If we are holding on to
Unsend.
regrets, if we are, yeah.
Oh,
So if you are holding some regrets, if you have some negative emotions for someone else and you're not able to free yourself, you're just carrying their baggage with you. So what
okay.
you can do is you can write a letter to them and you can just burn it out. This burning
Mm.
shows that you are releasing it. And it's
Ooh,
really very powerful.
unsend letter. Writing to somebody, don't just give them all everything you got in that letter and then burn it.
Yes, every single thing, because no one is going to actually read it. So
Yeah.
this gives you liberty to write the tough emotions that you are not able to talk it out or even discuss with someone else. And
Wow.
in the end, you are burning it out, so no one has chance to read your stuff.
Because that is actually something that I've heard people say. They have been counseled, especially as children, to either not write anything down, like keep your stuff to yourself. It's a little bit of like self-protective stuff, but it's got them blocked for journaling now. Or somebody read their journal, somebody invaded their privacy, breached their trust, and read their journal as children, and they don't like journaling. So that's a great idea. Burn it.
Yeah,
Wow.
because being a journal, you really don't have those boundaries, and you don't always have the privacy. I can tell
Hmm.
you for sure, being a brown girl, I
Hmm.
really had no privacy.
Really.
Even those log journals, my parents
Hmm.
always knew what I was writing inside my
Really.
journals. So it was really very difficult. Yeah.
Okay.
And I really had to be very strict and firm. But it
Mm.
only happened when I was in high school that I was
Okay.
able to take that step and even, sit with them and just tell them to show some respect.
Love, love, love that. Wow. Yeah, that's something that a lot of people here have
Yes.
experienced. And so I appreciate you for sharing that because at some point we do have to just make the decision that, especially, the people watching this, they are now adults. This is for our benefit, it is for our highest and greatest good. It can help us to heal. Because I just feel like there's just so much coming to us. It's often difficult to even manifest anything because it's just so much up here
Exactly.
and we got to get it out.
Yes.
We've got to get it out. And the
Yeah,
other
and
thing,
exactly,
go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, yeah, and what we think about manifestation is, just asking our desire and just surrendering. It's not always that simple. You need to
Mm,
clear those blocks that come in your
mm,
manifestation journey. You need to
yes.
heal yourself. You need to go deep and tell that inner child that she is safe for
Okay.
this desire. Because
Yes.
we really freak out. If I say I'm manifesting $1 million, my inner child is going to freak out when she has never really seen $1,000.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
really important to go and heal those blocks, to
Yes.
reframe our limiting beliefs, to forgive ourselves, and to
Mm.
express gratitude. Gratitude is such a powerful tool here.
Oh gosh, yes. Gratitude is so good. I actually that's something I'm really good at. I'm like I may be on my way to bed. I'm like, oh, I did not write down something I'm grateful for. I might be feeling like I'm using toothpicks to hold my eyes open, but I will go to any piece of paper and just scribble it down, because it's just that powerful, and I see the results. So I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna go on to the journal prompts that you created for us, Sonia. But there's a lady named Catherine Zenkina, Manifestation Babe, and a huge
Yeah,
part
I took
of
her
that,
course. Yes.
yes, a huge part of her program is journaling, writing things down. This is really
Yes.
how I got into like realizing, wait a minute, this made a significant difference. And there's been some other business coaches that I've worked with. Every time I turn around, it's about write it down. Write it down. The group that we're in with Faith, she has the debrief sheets. And I have found writing out those debriefs daily and weekly and monthly and quarterly, I get so much further in my business than I realize because I can't even see it. Like I said, it's that blind spot because we're just so in the moment all the time. Journaling expands our vision. And a lot of times we think it's about, oh, I'm going to see something bad. But I can't tell you how many times I journaled and I was like, dang, I'm a bad mamma jamma. I'm a queen because now I see all that I actually did versus what my brain is like, girl, you didn't do enough. You didn't do enough. No, baby. I did a lot today and I'm benefiting from it. So it's just so important for manifesting what we want. So you said you created, so thank you so much for creating um journal prompts for us for this upcoming new moon. Let's talk about those, Sonia.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so do you want me to read them out loud?
Yeah, why don't we start with the first one? And I'm gonna ask, do you think people should take time and journal a little bit while we have the journal coach on?
Yes, yes. Yeah, do it now. Nothing excites me more than, seeing people getting on to their journal. So, yeah, get it
Okay, well,
done now.
let's go over the first question.
And
I'll
if you
let you
feel
lead us. Yeah.
comfortable, we can always discuss.
Okay. So you want to go on ahead and just read it and maybe kind of talk about it just for a second, just to let us know what's this question about?
Yeah, the first one is, what are your intentions for this period of your life? So, as we are entering in the new phase, the new beginning, it's really important to center ourselves, to ground ourselves, and know what our purpose is for that period of our life. So just
Okay.
setting very strong, powerful intention, it will make you grounded. It will bring you into alignment with your purpose. So go ahead
Okay.
and write down few intentions that you are setting up for the period of your life that you're intending.
Okay. Oh, I can hear all the sounds of India. I love it. Okay, so that we don't have too much dead space, let's move on to the second question.
Okay. If anyone wants to discuss, we can surely do. Uh,
Okay, do we want to do it after each question, or are you just saying as they go that they should? You want to
whatever
do
you
it
feel
now, or
comfortable.
no? It's whatever you
Anything
will.
works.
We'll follow. We'll follow your guide as the coach.
Okay, so we'll do one by one
Okay.
because we are centered there. So
Okay. So, did anyone want to share what are your intentions for this period of your life? And let me just go back while we're waiting because it's a little bit of delay. So Peg says, yes, journaling keeps you aligned. It's a way to stay connected with our higher self. And for me personally, I'm bonding with myself, building trust. Isn't that beautiful, Sonia?
it
Wow.
is
And then
so
Virgo
powerful.
Bliss says, I actually manifest faster when I journal to get it out of my head and forget about it so the universe can take over. They're on it, aren't
Yeah,
they?
the seven. That is actually, the last comment that is called as connecting journaling, connection journaling, where you make connection with universe, you surrender and you ask for help, for
Wow.
the signs, for the guidance. So yeah, that is really powerful.
Wow. Latoya loved when you talked about the end, what is that? Unsend letter. She said, I love that I did that when I ended a relationship. It was so powerful. So let's see here. To experience being, this is from Peg, to experience being human, to go inside and feel. That's how we get over the blocks and remember who we are and the power we have. Yes. So we'll keep going just in case because there might be a
Yeah,
delay. So the second
no worries.
question.
Yeah. The second one is how can you make more space for the things that energizes you? Like we are
Okay.
entering in the new phase, so think of
Mm,
some things, the activities that you loved doing as a child that brings you joy, peace. How can you do more of those things? Because we are living in such a busy world. It's always go, go, go.
yeah.
We really need to be in this season of our life because we are
Oh,
human beings, not
say
human
that.
doing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So how can you make more space for things that energize you? That's like clearing that space
Yeah.
out that on your time.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll tell y'all what, why don't y'all type what you want into the chat and then you have the questions and you can put them in your journal. So, journal I love what do you think about journaling with the pen versus typing it in? Cuz I'm about the pen.
I am
You-
all about writing with pen. There is this science behind it. So when you write by your hand, it really forces you to slow down. And when you slow down, you think faster. You are in the
Really?
moment, you are aware of yourself.
Really?
As compared to typing, because when you are typing, you type because you are fast in typing. That is why you
Yeah.
type.
Yeah. Wow. I
And
didn't
it
know that.
doesn't really
Okay.
give you that. And I always love the touch of pen and paper. So yeah,
Mhm.
it's no brainer for me to get a new journal and do it. There's
I
this
love it.
feeling about having a new journal and writing your intentions on the first page, the
I
affirmations and all these things.
I love that. I love that. So yeah, just for the purpose of right now, y'all feel
Yeah,
free
we
to
can
type,
always do
yeah, type it in and then go back and journal. Peg did write that for the first question. This period is about action. I'll just pull this up for a minute. This period is about action. The period is trusting the vision and persevering through it all. This is the contraction phase. You're about to give birth to your dreams. Okay, Peg.
that. Amen.
That
Yes,
was
you are
good.
about to. Yes.
That was really good. Um, okay, so the second question is um, how to make space. I would say for me, making space for the things that energize me, the one thing that I'm committing to, I'm going to write this down now, is journal in the morning. First thing, because it just enriches me and nourishes me and makes me feel so good.
Yeah, I always journal in the morning. The
Okay.
nighttime is usually about the winding up, so it's not much in detail. I just
Hmm.
write it because I want to clear my headspace and get a better sleep. But
Okay.
morning is like, channeling your thoughts, your ideas, and especially being a creator and especially being in the business, we really
Hmm.
need those ideas.
Yeah.
So,
We
yeah,
really need those ideas. You're right.
we really need to, access our genius part there.
Ooh, access the genius part. Yeah. So, I was going to ask you a question about it left my mind because I'm so in the moment right now. But yeah, oh, do you use the same journal for the morning and the evening time, or do you have different journals?
No, yeah, I have different journals for both because morning time is like, free flow kind of thing
Okay.
where I just write my heart out.
Okay.
And evening time is more like practicing gratitude and taking out
Mm,
tough emotions like whatever happened during the day and something I don't agree with and something I'm questioning, something that is struggling inside of my head. So it's all
mm,
about those things because
okay.
I really cannot sleep with so many thoughts inside my head.
Yes. Wow. Okay. Two journals. I'm willing to do that and that's why I asked because I was like,
Yes.
sometimes it's like I don't know. I want to be able to easily find something. And so, and I write differently in the morning versus in the nighttime or when I'm free flowing versus, um, yeah, I don't know. At nighttime, my handwriting is so much more scratchy and, it's
Yeah,
like chicken
our
scratch.
handwriting even tells, yeah, our handwriting even depicts our state of mind. So
Mm,
whenever I am at peace and whenever I'm at peace and journaling, my writings are more kind of smooth, flowy,
wow.
steady.
Uh-huh.
And whenever I am having those tough emotions, especially anger, it's like
Mm,
very sketchy. I even
mm,
scribble at times when we are journaling. I don't know, but I find it really satisfying to make things in spirals whenever I am angry. This is
really?
for anger specifically.
Okay. That is fascinating. Okay, so there is something to it. So,
Yeah.
okay, so journal question number 3 is
So, what energy do you want to embody? Like, what energy you are bringing in and how you are showing up for that?
mm, okay. I'm going to write this down for a minute. And should we write like a description? You probably can write anything, but I'm thinking about like writing like what it looks like. I put calmness and certainty and maybe write out like when I'm calm and certain, what does that look like? What do you think?
Yeah, you can paint a picture of the person who is calm and certain.
Mm.
You can even go around and, peep into the day of the person who is calm and certain.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm here writing about bringing in the energy of clarity and, peace.
Mm.
So I'll just go on and write the picture of the person who is going through the day with these energies.
Okay. That is so good. Okay. So let me see if some people have, some ladies have commented. Uh, oh, okay. I'm glad you're back, Eileen. She says her connection keeps going out. So Virgo Bliss said, I'm journaling in the morning and before bed so I can clear my mind and sleep better. Nice. I'm an empath, so I pick up so much and don't sleep well. And Peg said she's going to go for walks and hikes, journal, meditate, and focus on making time for herself. Ultimately, love on herself. Yes, that's what this is. Then the loved ones around me. Virgo Bliss has 5 journals for 5 different things. I don't think that's extreme. She says, I know it's a little extreme. It's the triple Virgo in me, but I
It's
say go
okay.
for it, Virgo Bliss.
Yes, no
Ah,
amount of journals are extreme, you see.
yes.
The
Yes,
more
for
the
the journal
merrier.
coach. All from the journal coach. Your journal coach says, the more the merrier. You are at home here, Virgo Bliss. And
Yeah,
Eileen says
exactly.
she has gratitude journal with prompts. I love the prompts. I have astrology one, a card one, and one just to write in. Virgo needs all the different journals. We have some Virgos this morning, apparently, uh, Sonia.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to the fourth one. How can you support yourself during
Okay.
this transition? What is that question about?
Yeah. So as we are releasing those tough emotions and moving on to the new phase, we are really going to be scared. We are going to feel some feelings, and this is about how you can actually show yourself some grace, how you can show yourself the love and care when you are moving through that transition period. So this is like,
Mm,
taking it like you are going from high school to the college.
okay.
So that is really tough period of your life.
Yeah.
So how you are going to support yourself during this time, how you're going to be there for yourself, how you're going to hold yourself tight when times are tough.
Wow.
Because, you know, the period of life are always in waves. It's not always high. So how you're
Yeah.
going to be there for yourself when you are in the lowest lows of your life.
It is so good that question, because I remember when I first got onto this part of my journey, my spiritual journey. Used to write out notes for myself and put them on the wall. And I would say, when I'm stressed and in crisis, I can't think. And so I would think ahead
Yes.
and put it up so that I knew, I trained myself, when I don't know what to do, just go look at this list and choose something off of this list. That's what this sounds like to me.
Okay, so this really, prompts me to tell you about the new journaling technique that I started recently using it. Is
Hmm.
People always get confused to what to write when they are having really good time.
Yes.
So when we are feeling low, it's really easy to journal. But when we are having, the happy, the glorious moments of our life, it's really
Hmm.
confusing on what to write. So what I do
Mm.
is I write a letter to a bad day. So
Okay.
in that letter, I write everything good that happened, everything that I am feeling, and I seal
Um,
it for the bad days. So
oh
whenever
my
I am having the
gosh.
tough period of my life, I can just open it and read that and remind myself that that was the period of my life. This is the period of my life, and it's not my life. It's not a
Oh my
forever kind of thing.
gosh. That is so good. That is ingenious.
I was It was really powerful, because I used to always question myself, like, everything is going well. What should I journal about now?
Okay.
What we can journal about.
Wow. So y'all take time to write down something today, or maybe share in your comments real quickly, and then make sure you write it down in your journal. How can you support yourself during this transition? And one way that I am committing to supporting myself, besides morning journaling, is taking my flower essences. So journaling and flower essences, because yeah, I'm just in this period, this phase where I'm just needing extra support in my emotions. So, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to write in the way I describe it. I even made a video recently, Sonia. It's called, well, what I talk about is
Your
do
voice
something
is cutting.
today. Oh, am I in and out? Okay. Let me see if is it me or you? Am I back for you?
I'm not
Yeah, I think it's you, Sonia.
blacked out myself. Yeah. Is my screen visible and all fine? Or am I
Yeah,
frozen?
I can see you, but you did freeze for a minute. But you're back
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Can you hear
Okay.
me okay now?
It's better. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. It's
good.
better now.
Yeah, I was just saying that what you talked about writing when you're on a good day, what I describe it as do something today that your future self will thank you for. And I'm going to start
Yes.
writing that
Yeah.
letter. Yeah, that's real good.
Yes.
Okay,
The
so
letter
Sonia,
to future self, the letter to
yes.
higher self. Yeah.
Yep, letter to my future self. And I'm going to maybe I can have a separate journal for that. Well, no, you said write it, seal it. I'm going to do that. Put it up here on my little cork board. Bad day, read that letter.
You can always there are no rules when it comes to journal.
Are you here or is it me? I'm trying to figure out is it me? I think it's I don't I think my internet is fine. But you broke up just a little bit. What did you just say?
Screen was frozen again. Yeah, it's frozen. It's
Yeah,
freezing
you're
again.
yeah. We're going to end shortly. Um and so tell us a little bit about how to find you and is there
Yeah.
like do you have something an offer right now that like what how can people work with you, Sonia? She's frozen, but what I know is let me pull her when she comes back. Go ahead, Sonia. How can people
Yeah,
work with
okay.
you?
I'm here.
Yes. How can people work with you?
Yeah, so you can always find me on Instagram at Your Journal Coach, and I'm also hosting a 3-day free event. Like we are having 3 grand masterclasses on journaling. I named
Ooh.
that event as Journalathon, where I'll be teaching you how to get started on journaling. The second masterclass is on managing tough emotions through journaling.
Just make sure y'all go to at your journal coach because her internet, she's
I'm very excited for it. We are going to have that. Oh, was I cutting?
you're fine. Do you so got to the second day?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, okay. The second day is managing tough emotions through journaling, and the
Mm-hmm.
last one is manifesting through journaling.
Oh, okay. And so all they can find all that information by going to your Instagram at your journal coach.
Yeah, you can always find on my website at soniamotwani.com on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. Let me just see if there's any final comments. I'll put them up here. So just in case you go out when you come back, you'll see them. To stay rooted in my spiritual practices, align myself with yoga. Ooh, I love that. Balancing my chakras and energy protection, which includes my health. Love that. I'm going to continue to meditate, do yoga. Okay, so we have a lot going on with yoga. I need to bring one of my yoga friends on here, apparently. It's easier for me to journal good days than bad days. I tend to shut down completely when I'm angry or, yes, getting through a hard time.
Mm,
Actually, I'm similar to you, Virgo Bliss. I will forego journaling on my bad days, and I'm great on my good days. Okay, good. Eileen found your Instagram and we are graduating, going to the next level. So I need to give myself the advantage with these practices. I am telling you, give yourself the advantage with journaling. It is truly a power tool. And we are so
yes.
grateful that you came on and shared so much, Sonia. I'm going to sign up for your
Thank you so
journaling
much.
event. I can't wait. And hopefully you come back anytime you want to share, anything you want to about journaling, or maybe we could just do like a co-journaling session or something like that. Just because I do love the journaling in a
Yeah,
group and then chatting a little bit. Doesn't it make a big difference?
yes.
Yes. All
It
right.
does, talking to
Mhm.
people and really peeping into their mind, into their heart,
Yes. Okay, you're back. We're gonna go on ahead and we're
I'm
gonna
back.
go on ahead.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. You're back. So thank you so much for being here, Sonia. I look forward to continuing to work with you and learn from you. And you have blessed my community this morning. I'm like you, I work with women And so you've done such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I hope that y'all support Sonia's business. Part of my purpose in bringing people on is to make sure we enhance
Thank
what
you
we
so
do
much
here.
for bringing women together.
Yes, it's so important. And so, but also because I'm bringing on entrepreneurs. And how do entrepreneurs make it? We support one another. So, y'all, please find a way to, at the very least, subscribe and go to the masterclass. And if Sonia has some journals that you can use and download, or maybe you want to sign up and be, coached by Sonia, I encourage y'all to do that. So again, Sonia, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. We're blessed to have you here from India.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here.
Namaste. Namaste, Queen. All right, Queens, thank y'all for being here as usual. Y'all always make it such a good time to be here. I will be contacting y'all pretty soon. All right, y'all take care. Peace and love. Just one moment, Sonia.